Well, hello. If you are getting this video, it is because I'm working from home this week. And since I'm working from home this week, I'm creating videos for our lessons since we can't do it in person. I just didn't want to leave you with nothing. And I know last week, a couple of you were able to pop on and see me virtually. Some of you guys for distance learning, some of you guys had talked about coming and then the time didn't work out with your classroom lessons, which is fine too. I do plan to be back the following week. So to go on what we were going, some of you guys last week we talked about was solving problems and being a problem solver. And we talked about learning from your mistakes, asking for help, all of those things and being important. And I do have another activity about solving problems. But since I'm working from home, we're gonna do something a little different. So I appreciate you being flexible with me. And I'm going to read a story. I don't always read a story, but I feel like this goes with kind of what our lesson is getting ready to be about. And it is going to be about, I just don't like the sound of no. When we have problems sometimes, we have to think of different ways to approach it. But now I want you to stand back and think where this problem came from. Some of the problems you have are like general things that you're going to have to work through. You know, you have a math problem, it's, you know, you have to work through it. Or you have a problem at home or a problem with a friend. And those are things that I hope we give skills and work towards. But sometimes there's problems, and if we're being completely honest, we might have created that problem. There were things that we could have done before it happened, before this problem happened, that probably wouldn't have put us in this situation. And I think most of you probably know what I'm talking about, and you can probably think of a time that you get in trouble and you're like, uh-oh, shouldn't have done that, but it's already happened. So let's just review that for a second, and you're going to listen. I just don't like the sound of no. Here we go. My name is RJ, and I don't like the sound of the word no. It seems like everybody always tells me no. No, RJ this, no, RJ that. Sometimes I think my real name is No, RJ. Dad, I asked, can you buy these for me? No, he said. I just don't like the sound of no. How about maybe? No, he said, not today. But I just don't like the sound of no. How about we'll see? No, remember RJ? I told you before we left home. This trip to the store is a looking trip, not a buying. But Dad, they have one that smells like bubblegum. That's cherry, banana, and RJ. No means no. When we got home, my best friend Sam asked if I wanted to sleep over at his house. Mom, can Sam and I have a sleepover tonight? No, my mom said, not tonight. But I just don't like the sound of no. How about, I'll think about it. My mom said, you can't have a sleepover on a school night. You won't get enough sleep and you will be tired tomorrow. How about maybe? No, RJ, not tonight. But I just don't like the sound of no. And besides, Sam's mom says, RJ, no means no. The next day at school, I asked my teacher, can we have extra free time? No, RJ, she said, not today. I just don't like the sound of no. How about maybe later? No, RJ, today is a full schedule and we just can't fit it in. But I just don't like the sound of no. How about after lunch? No, RJ, I told you, not today. But last week you said, no means no, RJ. You need to learn to accept no for an answer. I think you need to try to become a member of the Say Yes to No Club. How do I do that, I asked. Well, to join, you have to be able to do two things: accept no for an answer and how to disagree appropriately. all right? To accept no for an answer, this is what you need to do. Look right at the person who is telling you no and say, okay. Stay calm and ask why later. To disagree with someone the right way, this is what you need to do. Look right at the person, don't scream, tell why you feel, and listen closely. RJ, if you can learn how to do these 2 things, you can become an official member of the Say Yes to No Club. Then you will get to write your name on a star and put it on the Say Yes to No board. Once your star is up on the board, you will put it into a weekly drawing and you could even win a prize. Do I have to do it at home too? Absolutely. In order to become an official member, your parents have to sign the paper saying of you being a Say Yes to No expert at home too. I looked at the Say Yes to No board and it was pretty cool to see my name up there, one of those stars, and the prizes my teacher gives away are awesome. Margaret Ann walked by and overheard me talking to my teacher. Being a member of the Say Yes to No Club is fun, RJ, she said. You get to decorate your star any way you want. Okay, I'll do it. After lunch, I asked my teacher, can we have extra recess today? No, she replied. Here we go. Wasn't easy, but I said, okay. Thanks for accepting no, RJ. She gave me a thumbs up. Then I went back to my seat. That night I was at home getting some ice cream out of the freezer, and my mom said, no, RJ, you can't eat that now. In my head. But then I thought about the star at school. Okay, Mom, I'll put it back. My mom looked at me and she was in shock. I could have knocked her over with a feather. Thank you, RJ. And then she gave me a great big hug. Before I went to bed, I asked my mom, why wouldn't you let me eat ice cream tonight? I was so hungry. Well, RJ, you wanted ice cream right before dinner, and I didn't want you to spoil your appetite. Oh, I am proud of you, RJ. Even though you disagree with me, you waited to talk to me about it until you were calm, and then you didn't argue. Last week, I earned my star, and got to put my name on the Say Yes to No special drawing. Today, my teacher picked a name, and guess who won? I did. And guess what the prize was? The smelly markers, just like the ones I wanted my dad to buy me at the store. Becoming a Say Yes to No expert really paid off for me. Today was one of the best days of school. So, sometimes we have a problem, and those are going to come up. You're going to have problems, but there are a lot of things that you do that lead to these problems or to these situations that you get into. And learning to accept the word no is going to help you to have a much smoother relationships with adults, people at home, people at school. So accepting the word no. You look at the person and you say, okay. That's all you have to say. And then later on, you can go back and you can maybe understand why they said no, or you can ask questions as long as you're not yelling. All right? I plan on following up with this when I see you guys next week. So I hope you enjoyed this video that I made for you and you have a wonderful week. I'll be seeing you later. Bye, guys.